So good to have you join us this morning. Hello, coming live to you from Seoul, I'm Lee Ji-eun. We have plenty of fun business stories lined up for you this morning. Do you know how much you're really paying for your favorite snacks? So-called promotions might be hiding the true cost of those treats. Cutting-edge technology on display. We take you behind the scenes of the 25th KOBA exhibition, showcasing the latest developments in broadcast technology. Seoul and Beijing have agreed to strengthen cooperation to eradicate illegal fishing conducted by Chinese fishermen. Korea's Ministry of Oceans and Fisheries said the two sides agreed on the need for strong enforcement and punishment at a joint meeting held earlier this week. They agreed that when a Chinese vessel without a license from either country is detained, Beijing will be allowed to seize it. This is unless its crew refuses to pay a fine, in which case Korea will confiscate the vessel. To enable swift reaction when enforcing such rules, it said agencies from both sides will establish a direct communication channel. A working meeting between the two countries to deal with illegal fishing and exclusive economic zones has been held every year since 2005. Business conditions for firms here in Korea have soured in the month of May, with the key index dipping for the first time in 4 months. According to the Bank of Korea, the business survey index in the manufacturing sector for this month tumbled to 75, down 5 points a month. The index had been on a steady rise until last month, but experts attribute the downturn in May to slow exports and relatively fewer working days due to a number of national holidays. Figures indicating the outlook companies have for the following month also fell by 5 points to 77. A number below 100 means a larger number of firms feel pessimistic. Fees collected by the Korean government from companies and individuals for costs related to public projects tallied up to a record high of $15.4 billion last year. It marks a 3.6% increase from the year before, and the finance ministry explained it as corresponding to the expanding economy. However, the sum did fall short of government projections submitted to Parliament last year. The fees were collected on 95 categories, including environmental handling fees. The 25th KOBA exhibition was held in Seoul last week, showcasing cutting-edge broadcast technologies from around the world. One of the main focuses this year was the demonstration of 8K technology, the highest UHD display technology to exist in digital television. Our Lee Ji-young takes you there.
Ever wondered how slick scenes from movies are filmed? It's largely with the help of state-of-the-art robots like these, which can track detailed movements, and also these drones with cameras mounted on top that provide head-spinning aerial shots, all of which were showcased at the 25th KOBA exhibition that took place in Seoul last week. It's not just filming, but the display of images that received much attention at this year's event, short for Korea International Broadcast Audio and Lighting Equipment Show. In terms of ultra-high-definition display, 4K is mostly in a stage of rapid growth, while the development of 8K has been receiving greater attention as well. 8K resolution is the highest UHD display technology to exist yet, the quality equivalent to that of IMAX films, or 16 times the resolution of full HD. This is why it's seen as a charming option for filmmakers who are pushing for sharper pictures with richer colors that a 4K camera would not be able to produce with lower resolution sensors. Korea aims to be at the forefront in the 8K UHD TV market by 2018. While technology for 8K panels and cameras advances, one hurdle the country still faces is the allocation of frequency waves that will be used for high-resolution content transmissions. Other products promoted at the exhibition include cutting-edge lenses, lights, and audio equipment, which showcase how the event has matured over the years.
I think KOBA has reached its biggest scale in terms of size. What we need to focus more on now is raising the status of this conference by educating more people about Korea's broadcast-related technology.
The 4-day event hosted over 900 companies from 32 countries around the world to bring together international broadcast technologies and enhance Korean broadcasting culture. Lee Ju-young, Business Daily.
One of the things that always gets us excited is our favorite treats. Sometimes you might think those heavenly morsels come with too hefty of a price tag. And that's what we're going to look into today. We're joined by our very own Eunice Kim in the studio. Hello, Eunice.
Hello.
So I'm excited about today's story because it involves some of our favorite snacks.
That's right, and we're going to kick it off by a question. June, do you know the real price of your snacks?
Well, I have to say around $2 to $3 for my favorite snacks, but usually I just look at that red sales tag for those snacks and I just grab them from the shelves.
Okay, well, my next report may have you rethinking that because for those of you in a hurry to bite into your favorite chips or ice cream sandwich, you may fail to realize that the selling price of those snacks you pick up at your local convenience store or market could vary widely by retailer. So we went out to find out why.
Ice cream, chips and cookies. They're loved by boys and girls, women and men alike. And they're often bought in bundles. That's because of promotions like these. 50% off. Buy one, get one free. Take it home at base cost.
Yes, I'd say my choices tend to lean more to those discounted products.
Then how much are people really saving? Take a look at this ice cream. Depending on where you pick it up, the price paid varies widely. And since the base price is unknown, it's tough to figure out the actual savings made. The retail price is nowhere to be found on the packaging. According to a survey by a local consumer group, Consumer Research, more than half of 186 products it looked at were not marked with a clear suggested retail price. Compared to figures from 2 years ago, that's roughly a rise of 17%.
If you don't take the time to check and compare, you wouldn't know the difference between the retail price and the cost you pay at the cash register.
Korea's open price system, introduced in 2010 to lower high prices and encourage competition, lifted the requirement to mark the suggested retail price on goods. But it produced the opposite desired effect, as well as advertisements that exaggerate savings to consumers. The system was scrapped after a year. But the practice still continues on the company's own accord. Despite the confusion and inconvenience incurred by consumers, companies have let the practice continue.
There is a need to accurately inform consumers of prices. We need to effectively run things like unit price labeling systems so that shoppers can confidently make their selections.
Suggested retail prices that are set according to the convenience of retailers. So-called promotions that hide the true cost are leaving consumers dazed. Consumer groups say it's time to correct the situation with appropriate measures.
Wow, I thought I was actually getting a good deal with those buy one, get one free deals, but now after watching your report, maybe that's not really the case.
Right, yeah, it's a little bit misleading there, wasn't it?
But is there a category that had the most number of items with suggested retail price?
Good question, and in fact there was. And the open pricing system was applied to processed foods, things like instant noodle ramen and ice cream products in 2010 after being applied to appliances, things like TVs and computers in the years before. Now, according to that survey by local consumer group Consumer Research, frozen dessert products were the worst offenders, with more than 56% of ice cream products not having a price on its packaging. But according to another survey by a local newspaper, that was significantly more at nearly 87% of ice cream products without a marked price.
Well, that's bad news for people like me who enjoy ice cream almost every day now because
in
the
this weather.
Yes, the weather's so hot.
Summer-like conditions.
Well, so consumer groups are looking to place fixed prices on processed foods themselves. So what's the main problem here?
Well, as I mentioned, the open price system worked for high-priced items like televisions and computers as competition did drive the prices down. But with processed food, because the price is already so small, the businesses use this to slowly but surely tack on an additional 100 won or 200 won. That's about 10 to 20 cents. Still not a huge amount, being much under $1, but adding to the price tag. Now, retailers and manufacturers have been trading the blame for this. Retailers saying they were pressured to raise prices, while manufacturers say they had no part in setting the prices to begin with, thus leading to scenarios where your average Korean is being surprised when he goes to a different neighborhood to pick up his favorite ice cream cone.
All right, well, let's hope there's a resolution to this confusion. Thank you for coming in today, Eunice.
My pleasure. Thanks for having me.
All right, that does it for now. Hope you enjoyed it. We'll be back next week with more fun and in-depth business news that matters to you. Thanks for watching and have a great weekend.